This guy knows me from way back in the day.
Yeah.
When I was a kid. I call him Stevie, but I see Steve on here. But that's how long ago it
That's
is.
right.
Very good. Oh man, amazing, amazing.
Oh yeah.
I heard you got into some real estate. Tell us a little bit about that before we get into it.
Yeah, with a buddy of mine who he's actually a property manager and a realtor.
Okay.
So he wanted me, to basically get on board with him, try to get a team going. So I did my first house with him, which actually was a mobile home, and we're
Nice.
finishing that up now, and we've got another deal coming. So God's been good.
Very good, very good. I love it. I mean, mobile homes I like a lot, and you could do the same transactions that we're going to be discussing right now with mobile homes.
Okay.
All right, so that's exciting. That's exciting. All right, we got Terrell. How you doing? All right. I see you. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to talk a little bit about some real estate. Tell us a little bit about your real estate journey and what's going on. Yep.
Oh, real estate journey. How y'all doing, everybody? I'm Terrell. I'm new. I'm new into the game.
Okay.
I want to learn more. I want to understand. I've been a renter for quite a while now. So, I want to be on the opposite side. I want to see what's going on, what it takes to get in that realm. So I'm here for the information and gems. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, man. And this young gentleman is a young gentleman. Also remembers me from a long time ago. Oh man, very good. Thank you for joining. And I have my folks on the line. This is the first time. Woo! Give it up for my parents. They're on the line today.
Hey, family.
Yes. All right, Nicole, I see you out there as well. Thank you for joining in. Seems like y'all are driving over there, Martin Day. All right, I see you. So what we're going to talk about today, and thank you all for joining in, is it's a buzzword that's out right now. People before didn't know that it existed. Okay, the regular folks don't know that they could do this, and you all who are not even in real estate can do this with any type of property. That means it is land. That means mobile homes, right? That Stevie was talking about. Single family houses. You could do that with complexes. You could do that with gas stations. I want you to get wild with your mind and think about anything that is real estate, right? Anything that is real estate or a business can be bought this way. But we're going to dive real deep on the seller financing. So that means that a seller and you come up with an agreement where you don't have to pay actual money down. Okay. You could say, hey, listen, I want to, have you as the bank. So you're having the seller as the bank. Instead of going to Wells Fargo, Chase, any of those banks, those big box name banks, and getting a loan, you're actually signing an agreement with the seller that they are the bank. So that means that you owe them the money instead of a bank with interest rates that go up and down. That's one of the best ways to get into real estate, period. Okay? Because sometimes you can get properties at a discount just because of doing this this part of the scenario. You definitely can get them cheap. Okay, we're going to dive into that a little bit further. So we're going to talk a little bit about creative financing, and this is a hot trend. Wholesalers are talking about it. Agents are talking about it now because market prices are what they are, and houses are sitting on the market now. So there's a huge opportunity. You don't have to buy a house outright right now. You need to go and say, hey, listen, I saw that your house been sitting out here for so long. You ever thought about seller financing? And just shut up and just listen, okay? You'd be surprised. I personally believe that it's happening as we speak. That's why the buzz name is out there, right? Because people need to get out of their houses, but they can't sell it on the MLS because it's going to sit for a long time, or their price is not the right price, right? And this is another tip. I want you to write it down. Think about it. Anything is negotiable, okay? Just remember that, okay? So we're going to go into subject to deals. You hear me say it a lot, subject to. So that means that's a little different, but similar. Okay. Subject to means that I'm taking over the property subject to its existing mortgage. Again, that's somewhat of a seller finance situation, right? But you're taking the property without actually qualifying for a loan. Oh, my credit's bad. Oh, I can't, whatever. There's no excuse now because none of it is registering your credit. None of it is looking at any of your history, right? You're coming into an agreement with someone that's going to A, give you their property subject to their mortgage, or B, they be the real bank. Okay. So those are those two options right there. Anybody has any questions or any ideas? A little clarity? Okay, very good, very good. What is a subject to deal? We just kind of did that. You don't have to qualify for a bank or anything, right? So that means, you could do it with a farm, okay? You could seller finance a farm. Hey, John Smith, you have this 50 acres and it's a producing farm. You ever thought about selling it? They think about it. Yeah, you know what? I want to live in the city. I want to go to Brooklyn. I hear about this Brooklyn. I want to go over there. Okay, well now they seller finance that to you. Sometimes you could talk to them and they might understand you, or you understand them, and they might like you. That's what it's all about. Somebody likes you. Somebody sees that you're going to do right by them, right? You're building that rapport, right? When you build that rapport, now you can educate them on the option of the seller finance or subject to. Or sometimes, and it happened to me already, somebody offered it to me. Hey, I want this property. I haven't been to it. I just want to get rid of it, but I don't want to pay taxes on any monies that I get. Okay. So now I said, okay, well, what are you thinking? Well, I could sell or finance to you. We could drop a mortgage and we can do the deal. Right. So remember, when you do this, you need to have a deed. Right. You join a real estate deal app, you're going to get all the information on how to create a deed, who to go to, what attorneys, whatever. You're going to learn that. But you have to have stuff that makes sure that the deal, number one, is legit, right? And that it can be a long-standing thing. So I love everything to be recorded. And I like to know if the seller is who they say they are. So I have to give that tip there, okay? All right. The advantages, again, no bank. You don't have to deal with any banks. And again, lower rates. So everybody's at 7%, I think it is right now. I was able to get something at 5%, right? Only because they said, hey, you're giving me my terms. I want this property. I want this at this price. Well, I don't mind waiting 6 months for the payments, and I'll give you this term, right? This happens, people. It's so exciting. It happens. It doesn't matter what kind of real estate it is. All right. I'm not selling you on it. You just need to definitely think on it. This is what happens every day, and it's exciting. I want you to be a part of it. Stop trying to buy things and, oh, I'm going to wait till my credit's right. Well, that means your money ain't right. Oh, I'm going to get my money right. Well, your credit now is not right, right? Or I'm going to wait, and then before you know it, you waited yourself out of many opportunities. I don't want that for you, because you all are my people. All right, that's why we're here. All right. So again, don't wait. Go and just call the realtors. Hey, properties are sitting. What do you think about seller financing? And then you call me immediately what you got, and then we'll analyze the deal. Okay. Negotiating. Again, negotiating in my book is you're building that rapport. You're finding out what is the person interested in, why they want to sell, what is the sentimental value for their property, why did they arrive at the price. Okay, you're asking all of these things because you're trying to understand them, and it's like a first date. You're getting to know somebody. Sometimes you get to know somebody, you're like, oh, well, I'm glad I know this enough. I'm not going to do the deal, right? So that happens. But then there's those times where you do the deal, okay? So that means you build that relationship that both you trust each other enough to say, hey, listen, let's get this deal done. And this happens every day. I'm telling you, folks. All right. Again, we're talking about legal. Again, you want to make sure that things are in writing. You want to make sure that you look on the property appraiser, and I can show you all that. It doesn't matter what state you are or where you are, there's always a property appraiser, okay? And you need to make sure that person is who they say they are. So that means go to the title company, right? It's not like do it on the back of a hood of a truck. I mean, I've done stuff like that, but I already know all my due diligence, okay? You have to, okay? And being that you're here, I want you to always know that go to the title company. That means get a good title company that's going to look at things and definitely, hey, Sean, welcome in. I'm sorry, I didn't even see you popped up there. All right. Again, go to the title company.
What's up? My bad.
No worries. And go to the title company and make sure that they do all of their due diligence, okay? And again, we'll talk a little bit about that later.
Nathaniel, quick question.
Yes, sir.
So this is regarding the buyer and the seller.
Yes.
Like, let's say you're looking at a home and it's basically for sale by owner. You're not dealing with any banks.
Right.
So this is what you're basically doing between you, the buyer, and the seller.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And you could do that with, even if it's not a for sale by owner. Okay. It could be on the MLS. You can reach out to that realtor and say, hey, listen, I would like to present this offer. Right. And realtors have their responsibility. They have to actually give that offer to the seller. All right. And on top of that, if they're a really good realtor and they really are interested in their person's well-being, which is their seller, they want to make sure that they read this offer and say, wait, this might be a good one, And again, everything is negotiable. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So don't worry if it's on the market, if it's off the market, if it's around the market, if it's in this world, you could do it. Doesn't matter even what state or country. It doesn't matter. You can do it there. All right. Hopefully that answered all of your questions for that one, Steve.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Anyone else? I get excited about this stuff because that you're a renter today, or you're a person that didn't know today, and tomorrow you could literally go out there, and I know you will. You'll go out there and be like, wait, that house over there in this community has been sitting for 50 days. What's going on? Right? Go on Zillow. That's how you look at all the dates and the times and how long, if it's on market, off market, if it's a contingent. Oh my gosh, it fell through. Right? That's the time that you can really reach out and say, hey, listen, have you ever thought of this? And of course, sometimes you want to have, again, you have to have that rapport so you know why the seller is in this position to sell, or what was their motive, this, that, the other. But sometimes you don't have to come out of money out of pocket, but sometimes you do. But again, you're buying a property, right? So again, those are the ways that you can do it with no credit running, none of the other nonsense, okay? Oh, answering any burning questions. Any burning questions? That's what the note said here. I have to keep myself on track because I get excited about this stuff because it has literally changed my life. I can't tell you, it has literally changed my life, period. And I'm here to share it with the people that I love and care about, and anyone that will listen, because it's going to help. One of our quick successes is to close a deal this past week. One of my people in our real estate deal lab network did not have to come with any money to the table. We got her a deal, and the house is worth 190. Okay, it's a townhouse worth 190, but it was able to be bought like with less than 100,000. It was a $90,000 mortgage, so 90 plus the 5%. So that means that it turned out her mortgage is going to be 450. Very small. All right.
Well,
Again, these are the type of deals that seller financing is all about. All right. I love numbers. So, oh, any questions on deals like that? No, no. Let me see here. List of tools. All right, so we're going to wrap up real quick. I want to say list of tools to find these houses. Number one, the Real Estate Deal Lab, because I want you to join the community, of course, and tell your friends about it and get in on lives like this where I feature a lot of what I do. I'm Nathaniel, been doing real estate for a decade already now. And every given moment have 10 to 20 houses, either fixing and flipping or holding. And I'm excited about this thing because it really gave me freedom, flexibility of living. And I was able to be around my children way more than I would have had I been working where I was working in an emergency room. So again, I'm ready to share it because I'm at that phase where I'm looking at our area and I know that we can win together. So I'm always abundance mindset, bring deals, I'll analyze them with you. And that was what it's all about. So last part I want to talk about, I want you to always have these are a list of tools to find seller financing, right? And I'm going to give you a list of terms because you're in this community right now. I want to give you some game. All right. I'm excited about it. All right, so the list of tools. Realtors. Go and call them, right? Sometimes they answer their phone, sometimes they don't. I'm not offending any realtors on here, okay? No realtors offended. No, none offended. It's just that you have to call. When you call, you ask them for a few things, right? Number one, you want to ask them what kind of properties that they can give you in a link and put seller financing. So tell them, hey, I want stuff that are seller financing. They can send you a link. You get updates every time somebody even mentions the word seller financing, right? So if you go to the first realtor and they say, oh, I don't know how to do that, find another one, okay? Don't stop until you get it because this is generational wealth. You have 5 of these or 10 of these or 3 of these, you're set for life, okay? Or 1. I can tell you about that because I'm excited about that one too. So again, you just ask a realtor, hey, listen, can you send me anything that has seller financing? And I want to get updates every time because I'm an active buyer. And that's what you are. Because I said it and I believe in it. All right. So first one is a realtor. Second one, go to Zillow and start to look through the properties that are listed in your area and look for the ones that have been listed more than 100 days. All right. So if they're listed for more than 100 days and you've seen them drop 10,000, 5,000, 2,500, you need to be on that phone asking them, hey, listen, why is it not selling? Crickets. Why is it not selling? That's the first question, right? And then you build that rapport and then you find out, hey, listen, they really want to sell it, but they could take, a down payment of $10,000 and blah, 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 right? And I can tell you how to raise money to do that too. You don't have to have money, right? But then you can look online. I could tell you about that. You can look online, find out, hey, this person has 20 different properties. Maybe they have a different reason. They're already rich. They can give you a property at a very low discount as long as you're able to pay them over time. Okay. So again, realtors, Zillow, any houses left more than 100 days. My personal favorite is just door knocking. People don't like doing it. It's legendary. Okay, legendary, because nobody wants to do it. So that means there's more people that are going to say, well, this guy is a little brave. What does he really want? Oh, he wants to buy my house. Why does, again, you're building more rapport with more people, and that's when you get more deals. Okay. So definitely door knock. You see tall grass, same thing that I talk about in the wholesaling courses and the fix and flip. You see houses with tall grass, this, that, the other. They're in distress already, right? They need some help. They need somebody that's like you, who's an amazing person that's willing to buy their house at terms and cut the grass. And now you have an asset that you can do a lot with. Okay? Do right by people and they will do right by you. Always say that and do that. All right. Subject 2. Well, we have different strategies with seller financing. Some people are in a foreclosure. I catch up their mortgage. Now I'm subject to their mortgage. Okay. Or seller financing where some of the folks own the house free and clear and they can give you terms on the property because they're not getting it on the market, but you can get it over time at a low interest rate, right? Not going to a bank. Those are the main reasons. Okay. So either way, I want to always have everyone diversify. One of my things was I would get a deal. I wanted to wholesale it. Couldn't wholesale it. It was upside down. So upside down means if I drew it real fast, that means the house is upside down, upside down. That means it owes more than what it's worth. Okay, upside down. It owes more than what it's worth. So when it owes more than what it's worth, I can't wholesale it. I don't want to fix and flip it, right? That means I have to do a lot of different action, right? But I would get those properties and I would say, listen, I'm not going to stop. Let me figure this thing out. And I learned I could hold those properties as long as I caught up the mortgage and paid the mortgage and owned the house, period, right? Legendary, right? But it took a lot of bumps and bruises and a lot of other stuff. And I'm going through 2 right now. Again, it takes that due diligence or just going through it. All right. You just got to go through it. So again, subject to a little different than just plain seller financing, similar concept, similar documentation that we have in the deal lab, similar things and conversations that has to happen. Okay. So, and can anybody do it? Yes. 100%. How to find the deals? Again, seller finance deals through a realtor, and then go. There's even on Facebook, there's seller financing in Facebook. You can look on Facebook and look for seller financing, and you can find it. There's seller financing groups. Again, those are some other ways that you could do it. All right. So remember, realtor, go on the Zillow and go to the groups. Just talk about it. Door knock. Just talk about it. All right. Has anybody learned anything new today from this conversation? Some things that you did learn new.
Yes, I certainly did.
Very good. Very good.
I didn't know about sellers financing.
Oh yeah.
Quick question. What if the property, of course, is vacant?
Yes.
So, and you can't really find the owner. And possibly the house is not on the MLS.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you do in that regard? Just maybe call around, ask around?
Everyone, I have a simple motto, and we got to put it up again on thing. It's like everyone can be found, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first thing that I would do, I would go on, number one, I would talk to the neighbors, because neighbors know a lot. If they have neighbors next door, they're going to know a lot. Neighbors across the street will know a lot. But the second step would go on to the property appraiser. You want to go on the property appraiser to find anyone or anyone's name and records, right? Then I will bounce to sites like True People Search, where I could look up the person by address. A few other ways, but those are the main ways right there. You always want to be able to go on the property appraiser, no matter what state or what county you're in.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good question. Very good question. Yeah, I love that stuff. Anyone else before we wrap up? Again, the tools. I want you to go and call these realtors. All right. I want you to at least start getting those seller financing links. Okay. Because I could tell you, you could do a lot with seller financing deals, period. You could do a lot. So step number one, call a realtor or go on Zillow and get a few houses. So let's discuss them the next time we meet. And again, yes, I look forward to everyone here getting houses, getting deals. All right. You look like you have something to say, Maya. Did you learn something new? The farm, you seller financing. Why? Seller financing for the farm. They're funny. All right, folks. That is it. Thank you very much for joining. And thank you, my parents, for hopping in. Now you know we could call for the farms. Seller financing, any real estate is possible. I want you to get out there and do it. And if you have any questions or you want to join the Real Estate Deal Lab, definitely drop a message. The Real Estate Deal Lab is a subscription. So it's every month we go live and dive deeper than what we're seeing right now, one-on-ones. And we have 2 courses, and it's going to expand more courses. The first course we already have in there, wholesaling. The next one is fix and flip, things I've done for a decade, all the bumps and scrapes and bruises I learned, and all of the links that you need to be successful in both of those, as we're still running deals right now and going as we go. All right. So again, if you want to jump in and learn more and be on one-on-one, definitely drop a link and we'll chat later. If that's it, thank you all for joining and have an amazing night. Thank you for sharing it with me.
One more question to tell you.
Yes.
So the information you just gave me now, so I can get up tomorrow and look on Zillow or find a house, look around and speak to that client and talk to them about seller's financing. So after that person agrees to everything, what the next step, of course, as you said, go to the title house,
go to the title company.
Okay. Title company. And then after that, we would write up a deal saying, would I be paying that individual a certain amount of money a month?
Exactly.
Based on the contract we have. Okay. So then I would basically own that house and able to do what I want to do with it, as far as if I want to fix it and flip it, and so on. Okay. So now if I want to fix it and flip it, now where would the finances come? Let's say I do have the money and I don't want to use the money. Can I use a hard money loan? I know you said no banks, but just to you
can use a private. You can use your private network. Okay. Or some of the folks that I know, we do some of those type of deals, but you will be surprised. There's always a private network that can lend money, second mortgage or first mortgage, because sometimes, again, the person might say, okay, we can go into agreement, but I don't need to give you the deed, and you trust them, they trust you, this, that, the other. As long as everything is transparent, and the deal is ironclad, like, I love to control the deal. If it's good, then you keep it going, right? But again, I like to own these properties and do what I want to do with them. So what we did was we did a lot of terms. And so we might have given them higher prices, or I took over ugly mortgages. But we might have reached out to my network, my folks, whatever, and raised the money. So there's ways to raise the money. And that's another course we're working on.
Okay.
Sometimes a title company can give you money. Sometimes other lenders. It's so intense. You can really just go and call and ask too.
Right.
But those are things that jump off the top of my head with the financing part.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. All right. Appreciate it, man.
Anybody else? What's that?
I said I appreciate it. Appreciate
Oh
the
yeah,
time
yeah,
you've
for
taken.
sure. You sound like you have a deal going. We got to chat about it then. I like to help with deals.
Yeah, definitely. I can talk to you about it.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks again for joining, and see you next time.
All right.